Welcome to the DefCam. Indian media sources continue to propagate narratives aimed at disrupting the strategic trust and defense collaboration between Pakistan and China. One of the recent claims revolves around the assertion that China is withholding the delivery of advanced military platforms, including the stealth-capable J-35 fighter jets, the KJ-500 airborne early warning and control aircraft, and the HQ-19 strategic air defense system. The underlying argument pushed by these narratives suggests that China is disappointed with Pakistan for allegedly growing closer to the United States, particularly in the realm of military diplomacy and equipment diversification. This interpretation, however, is misinformed and divorced from the evolving realities of the trilateral defense dynamics between China, Pakistan, and the broader strategic environment. The baseless assumption that the defense relationship has entered a phase of mistrust due to external alignments does not align with operational-level realities. The recent India-Pakistan border developments, which escalated into a limited but high-intensity exchange involving high-technology assets, provided China with an unfiltered combat testing opportunity of the military systems it has co-developed with Pakistan. Far from being displeased, Chinese defense planners were reportedly pleased by the performance of systems used by Pakistan in real-time conditions, which delivered valuable validation data for Chinese manufacturers and doctrine experts. Pakistan finalized a deal for 40 units of the J-35 A under a classified framework following a series of discrete evaluation phases and combat simulation reviews. Delivery is not being withheld. On the contrary, factory-level customization is underway to adapt certain modules of the aircraft to Pakistani requirements, particularly concerning electronic countermeasures and software-defined radar configurations. The disinformation around the KJ-500 aircraft also ignores critical nuances. China offered this platform after analyzing Pakistan's evolving doctrine, which is now shifting from limited sector coverage to distributed, network-centric sensor arrays that require more than simple radar coverage. Pakistan's delay in finalizing the acquisition is based on an internal review regarding long-term compatibility with indigenous airborne sensor and fusion programs that are being developed in parallel with allies in China and within Pakistan's own private defense tech sector. The delay is not political, it is architectural and doctrinal. The HQ-19 strategic air defense system, capable of intercepting intermediate-range ballistic missiles and hypersonic glide vehicles in the upper atmosphere, was also part of the strategic offer made to Pakistan. Pakistan has not rejected the system, but it has not accepted it either, pending further analysis of its integration requirements with Pakistan's existing high-altitude layered defense and strategic deterrence networks. Chinese military analysts and defense observers were especially satisfied with the performance of Pakistani defense forces during the most recent escalation, where Pakistani platforms effectively absorbed Indian standoff attacks and responded with pinpoint long-range precision strikes under high electronic warfare pressure. Far from being distant, the confusion increased when an official Pakistani Twitter account, managed by a lower-tier defense media team, accidentally released an unfinalized public post mentioning the offer and delivery timeline of these platforms. The post was deleted not due to policy change, but because it violated internal operational security protocols governing the disclosure of strategic procurements. The post's deletion has been exploited by Indian propaganda sources as supposed confirmation of Chinese displeasure, but the deletion was an administrative correction, not a shift in diplomatic posture. Indian sources that promote the theory of China's supposed displeasure are doing so in the service of psychological warfare aimed at injecting doubt within Pakistani and Chinese domestic audiences. The aim is to present a false divergence where in reality there is greater convergence. The Indian defense community is concerned by Pakistan's gradual access to deep strike stealth platforms, real-time space-assisted surveillance, and future integrated missile defense rings which are currently only in the conceptual stage in India. The narrative of China's anger is a psychological projection aimed at disrupting the strategic tempo and creating internal dissent within Pakistan's defense planning community. It ignores the hard evidence of continuous hardware integration, joint training exercises, and the expanded role of Chinese advisors in shaping Pakistan's near-term procurement roadmap. The J-35 A, KJ-500, and HQ-19 are part of a longer trajectory of military collaboration that is expanding in scope, not shrinking. Pakistan continues to evaluate each platform based on its doctrinal fit, operational costs, integration complexity, and strategic value, not media pressure or disinformation campaigns. The true strength of the partnership lies in its consistency, discretion, and mutual strategic calculus. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos.